Yo, what's up, y'all? It's Zems, and welcome to 5 creepy voicemails with disturbing backstories by Mr. Nightmare. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you swoop down to that description box, click on that link, and go watch this video in entirety, because I'm going to be pausing, stopping, and talking through the whole thing. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Zems, and welcome to the Crows.
This first one comes from Jade from Seattle. After college, Jade and her boyfriend Steve wanted to live together. They had talked about this since they were freshmen in college together often, and eventually they started their lives together. But unfortunately, all has not been happily ever after so far. For some time, almost every day after work, Jade will come home to unwanted gifts from a stranger. Gift baskets full of things like jewelry and other expensive items, and on other occasions flowers with letters. But every single time there would be a gift basket left, it would include a photo of Jade out in public with family, friends, her dog, or her boyfriend. One day, Jade took the basket into the house and began crying, causing Steve to come running to her side. Steve was furious, as he knew this wasn't just a sign of harassment, but also stalking. Steve would later install security cameras around the house.
Yeah, and another thing too, you don't want to keep taking the damn gift basket inside the damn house. To any crazy person, that's like you accepting the gift. Like, you don't want to kick that shit over or go outside and let them see you throw it in the trash to let them know that you're not interested. If you keep picking up these gifts and bringing it into the house, dude or woman, whoever it is that's stalking you is going to be like, oh yeah, I'm getting there. She digging it. See the fear in her eyes? Like, bro, no, don't do it. Do not pick up packages and bring them in the house if they're unwanted.
After a nice dinner one night, Jade was taking a bath and was listening to some relaxing music when she heard her phone ding. It was a text from an unknown number saying, "I'm outside." Jade screamed, causing Steve to rush in and see the text. So Steve checked the cameras through his phone and saw a tall man was at their doorstep. The man stood there for about 5 minutes before leaving in the direction of the woods. This was a screenshot of the man standing at the door with a black mask over his face. Jade also attached this video she recorded of herself home alone one night while Peter was at work, and the man came to the house knocking on the windows as she texted her mother and grandma in fear.
Bruh, I heard it. See, nah, bro, you gotta keep the thing on you, bro. I'm like, what's up? What happened? Not the
After calling the police, they didn't provide much assistance to Jade, only suggesting she change her phone number. Fast forward a few nights, and Jade began to hear her phone go off at around 3 a.m.
What do you mean change your phone number? He's at her house. It doesn't matter if she changed her phone number. She can't change addresses and location as well. And even if she did, that's gonna take a minute. Like, bro, come on now.
It was the same unknown number calling her. She didn't pick up the call, and about a minute or two later, Jade's phone vibrated, notifying her of a voicemail left from the number. This was the voicemail.
I don't have a house. I don't have any friends. No love. I have nothing to lie on. I have no eyes. No fear in me. I have no meaning. But I have this urge to kill. This is my world, and I'm the one who controls this. It's not a bloody game. I'll take you at any time, and you can do anything. I know you best. Where you are, how fast you can run, and what scares you. I'm real. I'm not a legend or story. I took the souls.
The next morning, Jade and Steve went to the police station together to show them all the proof of what was happening. This was fairly recently that Jade sent me this, and the case is apparently still under investigation. She says the man still occasionally leaves unwanted gifts to this day.
Dude sound like that one dude from Taken when Liam Neeson was like, I know a specific set of skills, and if you hurt one hair on her or something like that, I'm going to find you. And the dude leaned into the phone and was like, good luck.
November 21st, 2018, at around 1 in the morning, a young man named Dylan received a very strange and alarming voicemail. At the time he received the voicemail, he was asleep and didn't notice it until a few weeks later. This was the voicemail.
Hey Dylan, I just wanted to know, why is your bed that color? It's really nice looking as in the closet. scary movie? Or are you the scary movie?
Dylan said he had
Hell
no idea who
nah.
the girl was. He didn't recognize the voice. Yet whoever it was had his number, knew his name, and knew the color of his bed, blue and white. The girl on the other end claims to have been in his closet, and whether that was true or not, the intent of the call was obviously to scare Dylan, and admittedly, it would be a very unsettling voicemail for anyone to listen to. At the end, she asks what his favorite scary movie is, which could have been a reference to the movie Scream.
Scary
What's
movie.
your favorite scary movie?
I don't know.
Dylan reported the call to the police, who apparently weren't able to help since Dylan had taken so long to report it. When he would try to call the number back, it would dial to a weird random number, which led to an invalid number error.
Completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again.
Yo, I would have shit myself, bro. There is no way. All right, hear me out. Imagine this is the worst, like, scariest scenario I could think of right now, right? You're scrolling in bed and you finally realize you got a voice message. You're like, oh, okay, I don't know. And then you listen to it at like 1 in the morning when that's happening. And she's like, she's in the closet. Would you go get up and check the closet, or do you just be like, oh, she got the wrong number? But then again, they say she knows his bed, color, and his name. So she has to be talking about him. You got to barricade the closet at that point. That means she would have to have sent it while he was sleeping, while she was in the closet, though. Unless he's a heavy sleeper, there's no way. Or she was already in there from the beginning during the day and then was in there until nighttime. But then again, if he never opened his closet during that whole time, then I really wish I would found out what happened. I don't really be listening to voicemails either, so I kind of get what Dylan was talking about. Voicemails is really not even a thing anymore. It's kind of like, okay, they didn't answer, you just hang up. You don't even leave voicemails really, unless it's like for like a doctor's appointment or something like that, because you know people are going to call you back. Like regular people, they're not going to listen to their voicemails anymore like they used to.
A lot of women's worst fear are stalkers. People like the guy you just heard about in Jade's story. It's a much bigger and more common problem than most people realize.
Yeah, look at him.
The voicemail you're about to hear was sent on December 14th of 2022 to a girl named Sasha. Sasha lives with 3 friends from her sorority in a house that they rent in Syracuse, New York. Sasha met a seemingly nice and normal guy while out in town with her friends. They spoke very briefly and she gave him her number. The man's name was Jeremy, and he doesn't go to school at Syracuse University like Sasha does. Rather, he was a local in the area. The two arranged to go on a date for drinks and dinner at a nearby bar. According to Sasha, the date didn't go well in her opinion, as he radiated unusual vibes and she thought he was weird. She split the bill with him because she knew there wouldn't be a second date and she wanted to do the right thing. He dropped her back home after the date and sent 3 texts later that night about how much fun he had and how much he liked her. It added to the discomfort for Sasha. Instead of responding, she hearted one of the messages, but the text continued on and on every single day until the point that she decided to block him. Unfortunately, this was not the end. On the night of December 14th at 2:15 a.m., when everyone in the house was asleep, Sasha got an anonymous call that left this voicemail.
Sasha, it's Jeremy. I don't know why you can't answer any of my calls or texts.
Why is he whispering?
I think it's pretty fucked up.
Is he in the house?
You shouldn't leave your windows open, by the way. I'm whispering because I don't want to wake you, but I left you a surprise on the kitchen table.
Bruh.
At the end of the call, you can hear a door shutting. This was the front door of Sasha's rental house, and the sound of the door closing alerted one of her housemates, who woke up everyone in the house to ask who just shut the front door. All 4 girls were in the house though, and it was none of them. This was when Sasha noticed the voicemail and listened to it with her housemates. What Jeremy left on the kitchen table was a stuffed animal turtle, Sasha's favorite animal, which she mentioned on her date with Jeremy. Alongside it was a Christmas card that simply said "Merry Christmas" from Jeremy. This prompted the girls to call the police, and Sasha showed the police officer the texts and the voicemail. The voicemail was self-incriminating enough, and the non-stop text from Jeremy backed up the story. It was enough for the police to find Jeremy and charge him for breaking and entering and stalking. He only did a week in jail and was sentenced to community service and multiple fines. It's been a month and a half now, and Sasha has not heard from Jeremy.
Bro, that's crazy. You only get a fine and some community service. Dude broke into the house. I mean, he didn't have, well, I don't know, man. Who knows what his intent was, right? But the way I took it was that he's like, you shouldn't really leave your window open. him leaving that stuffed animal is like, you can ignore me, but I know where and how to get to you. You know what I mean? That's scary. And they just let him just go, get back out there, you, and leave her alone. Like, bro, that shit's not working. They need to find out another method because it's not working, bro. Stalking is some scary shit. If you haven't been stalked before, I'm telling you, you're paranoid all the time. You have your anxieties through the roof. You feel like you're being watched. It's horrible. It's the worst feeling ever. I remember back then, I'm like, who doesn't want to experience an intense love? Shit. Not anymore. I know exactly what it feels like. I do not know. Hell no. I do not wish that on anybody. I wish they just took it more seriously.
In the year 2015, an elderly woman from Greeley, Colorado with failing vision received this voicemail you're about to hear on her landline phone. In a panic from hearing the voicemail, the woman called her son from the neighbor's phone in a state of hysteria, stating someone had taken over her home phone. Her neighbor checked out the phone for her, and after telling her it was okay, she calmed down, but a few days later, it happened again. The woman was truly petrified this time and once again went to her neighbor for consolation, but this time refused to go back to her house. Her neighbor called the woman's son to tell him about the situation, so the son took time off of work and traveled to Colorado the next day to help her.
That's right.
After testing the phone to see if anything was wrong, it seemed completely fine, but he planned to stay with her the following week to make sure she was okay. The son was horrified when he discovered what was really going on. When she had lifted the receiver, rather than the dial tone, she heard this message.
Connecting you. Please hold the line.
NORAD, EWS, Station Zulu Foxtrot 77. Zulu Foxtrot 77. Status alert Con 4. Status alert Con 4. Security tracing in progress.
The message would come around the same time every day for the next few days, between 7 p.m. and 7:15 p.m. Any other time of day, there was a normal dial tone, and the phone worked normally. The weirdest part was that the phone wouldn't ring at these times. The recording was heard instead of the dial tone if they lifted the receiver to make a call between 7 and 7:15 p.m. The son recorded the message, and the next day, the phone was dead for most of the day, unusable. Upon calling the phone company, they said they couldn't do anything as nothing seemed to be out of the ordinary from their end.
What?
That evening, the son tried to take another recording to see whether the message had changed, but it was just the dial tone now. The message was never heard through the phone again. The mother was still afraid to pick up the phone for a long time after this, causing the son to post the recordings online to see if anyone on the internet would have a clue to the meaning behind the recording. And while some people suggest that it may be some kind of secret government message or code, no one seems to know for sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking like they got like frequencies or transmissions like mixed up in between the radios or something like that, because maybe the phone picked up the signal in their nearby military base, because he was saying like Foxtrot and Zulu and stuff like that. Maybe it was a coded message that was not supposed to be for them, so once they kind of like figured out that that message was going to people's like phones or like house phones, I guess they kind of like just cut it out because they never heard it again, and then they said it just kind of went back to the regular dial tone. So I just think that was a mistake on probably like the government's part, I'm believing. But who knows, man? You never know.
On October 29th of 2009 at 10:45 a.m., Braxton McCannon's mother kept receiving calls from his sister's phone. This was strange because Braxton's sister was home at the time. So as Braxton's mother left her room to go ask her daughter why she was calling her, she met her in the hallway. Braxton's sister was already on her way to her mom's room to tell her about the phone mysteriously calling her mother over and over again, and how it was scaring her. It was not her who was making the phone calls. It was her phone itself. The phone was currently still inside her room as they were talking.
It was serious.
During that time, Braxton's sister's phone called their mother again. This was proof to their mother that it was in fact not her daughter making the phone calls, as she was standing right there. This chilling realization wasn't the creepiest part though. This time there was a voicemail left after the call.
Message skipped. Stage message.
Hell no. I would have took my ass right back to Samsung, bro. Galaxy for life. If that ever happened to me, goodbye Siri, I'm gone, bro. I'm going right back to Samsung Galaxy S, whatever it is right now. What is it, 24? I don't even know, but I'm going. I'm leaving iPhone, bro. No Apples, none of that stuff. No more. I'm going.
In the voicemail, you can hear Braxton's sister's radio playing in her room. Then, unexpectedly, the radio cuts off, and a completely random, disturbing sound starts blasting into the phone. The sound almost resembles a horrific screaming. Braxton noted that what's extra weird is that if this were a ghost dial, meaning any form of accidental call, the phone would have left a substantially longer message. But instead, it just hangs up after a few seconds on its own.
Well, let's just thank God that we don't really answer voice messages anymore unless it's like from a business or something like that. But if I get a phone call, a random unknown, I do not answer. I do not answer unknown calls. I put that thing on your phone so it's like scam likely, or I put that on. Like, bro, I am so cautious when it comes to people calling. You can't answer all these phone calls. Nowadays, you can pick up the phone and people know exactly where you are. Like, it's a dangerous time. Like, technology was a great advancement. Like, it was innovative, but I think the pros and the cons are constantly battling each other. Like, now you got things where you can be like, damn, I want some shoes. And then you go to Google and it's like, new shoes for you and your perfect size. Or you be like, man, I want to go hiking. The next thing you know, you got like you're scrolling down Facebook and they have ads for hiking boots. And it's just like, bro, they're listening. It's scary, man. Like, technology is just so advanced, it's starting to be. And then now you got AIs coming out, man. Pretty soon people about to be dating robots, bro, because the dating pool is getting so bad nowadays. You heard it here first, folks. The AI is about to take over. Ain't gonna be no Tinder, no Bumble, none of that stuff. About to be droid dating. That's right. I'm gonna end it right here, guys. If you enjoyed the end of this video, it is by Mr. Nightmare. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you swoop down the description box, click on that link, go watch this video in entirety, because I was pausing, stopping, and talking through the whole thing. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Zems, and welcome to the Crow's Nest. If you enjoyed, man, again, I'm going to try my best to at least upload one video per week. If you guys have any video recommendations, feel free to let me know down in the comment section. I would do my best to react to them accordingly. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.